Sport now on BBC One. The latest action from Sheffield in the World Snooker Championship with Dougie Donnelly.
Good afternoon, welcome once again to the Crucible Theatre here in the Sheffield and the Embassy Snooker Championship of the World. Now, unfortunately, the start of the 10th day of what until now has been a splendid tournament has been soured a little by an incident yesterday, which I'm sure you've read about in your paper this morning. Now, it concerns the world number 3, Ronnie O'Sullivan, who is alleged to have assaulted one of the tournament officials. Now, all the details, as you would expect, are unclear at the moment, but there will be an inquiry, and this is the statement released by the sports governing body, the WPBSA. The inquiry will take place at 5 p.m. on Monday the 29th of April. Following the conclusion of the inquiry, a press conference will be staged at the Crucible Theatre. Now, clearly at this stage there's very little else that can be said, but obviously we'll bring you news from that inquiry just as soon as we have it. Now, before we get down to today's action, let's check on how things stand in the second round of this £1.2 million World Championship. 4 players already through to the quarter-finals. Stephen Hendry, Dave Harold, Ronnie O'Sullivan, and of course down at the bottom Steve Davis. And 2 more are poised to join them. Nigel Bond needing just 1 more frame to beat James Watana, John Higgins likewise to beat Alan McManus. And the 2 remaining matches played just 1 session so far. Darren Morgan 5-3 up on Ken Doherty, Peter Ebden ahead of Jimmy White by the same score. And the match we're going to concentrate on is the next and indeed final session of John Higgins' match with Alan McManus. Higgins needing just 1 more frame to go through to the quarter-finals. He is frame 17. We're going to join it with McManus to play. He's 4-1 behind in the frame. Commentary from Dennis Taylor and Ted Lowe. One.
Well, it wasn't a very fortuitous kiss on the blue. He's on the yellow, but can't play for a red, so just a snooker.
1, Alan McManus.
John Higgins is a strong second favourite to take the title in this 21st anniversary of the championship. It's just reached it. And acknowledged by Alan.
Touching ball.
Yes, that's a mistake from Alan there, missing the red completely on the way up. fact, John making contact with both reds at the same time there. That's why the white ricocheted all the way up the table. In fact, if anything, he might have just clipped the other red first. Blue's available. And I really think Alan McManus has no realistic chance of winning this match, but he'd like to get a couple of frames on the board. John Higgins in last night's session was quite spectacular.
Yes, I mentioned just now, Dennis, that John is a strong second favourite to take the title. Should he win this title, he will be robbing Stephen Hendry of two of his record achievements. He will become #1 in the world in the ranking system, and he'll also be the youngest ever winner of the World Snooker Championship.
Well, it would be some achievement to finish up as world #1, as Stephen Hendry has held that position all throughout the 90s. But there's a lapse from John Higgins.
12, John
Just
Higgins.
a lack of concentration there.
Little dance.
Yes, what's known as a Highland fling, Ted, then. John maybe just a little bit too relaxed this morning with that 8-frame lead. This is a game where you need to get yourself fired up a little.
1.
You don't want to go out there too relaxed, and you don't want to go out too tensed up. Just finding the happy medium.
Of course, it's also early in the day, Dennis.
Five. Six.
A little bit short on the blue, so he'll have to take the pink. Of course, the last thing on Alan McManus's mind will be the score line. He'll just be playing
12.
each frame as it comes along.
13. Nineteen. Twenty.
26. 27.
Well, the way Alan played that shot there, coming back for the pink, is an indication that the black won't pot into the left corner pocket. Now, can he get to both those reds, either side of the black?
33. 34.
And the black certainly available now.
Forty-one. 42. 42, Alan McManus.
Yes, Ted, he was just a little bit astray with the position on the black, and he had to just drop it in to hold for the red. He should have left himself a little bit straighter pot on the black.
One.
28 points ahead as he left the table. No easy matter to clean up here with the position of those three reds. But who knows
8.
when this 20-year-old Scot gets going.
Well, he certainly hasn't got going just yet this morning. I think Alan would certainly like to get this first frame under his belt. You don't want to spend an hour getting ready, dressed up to come to the Crucible and just play one frame.
One.
Still going to need the red, the colour, and also the last red.
Six.
Now 33 points ahead with 35 points on the table.
13. 14.
'And with that black, I think the first frame is safely in the bag of Alan McManus.
$23. 26. 26 and frames. Alan McManus.
Yes, John Higgins remains in his chair, the first of our frames this morning going to Alan McManus, who now trails by 7.